Hello and welcome back. I hope you're all doing really well. Lots again to cover today, as well as some other big announcements to do with the Hbar ecosystem. Be touching on Saucerswap again, as well as Deadpixels, as they finally just released an announcement. First things first, like we normally do, let's just take a quick look at the market overview. As we can see, continuation of the weekend effectively. Majority of the crypto space is pulling back ever so slightly still on the daily. There is some green here and there. However, a lot of the projects that we tend to look at on this channel are still slightly pulling back, and I'm just continuing to average into these positions, as I've said a million times now, as I'm just effectively waiting for this next leg upwards to figure out what my next plan will be. Let's jump into the fear and greed index as well. So what we can see though on the whole is that we are moving the needle back towards the greed or green side effectively of the fear and greed index, sitting at 52 on the neutral. We are slowly increasing again. Over the weekend we hit a low of about 48 as opposed to that high we had of about 60 on the fear and greed index when we had that nice little pump back towards the end of March, 28th of March. So money is still flowing into the ecosystem, and this is perfectly depicted by the total value locked as represented on DeFi Llama. So we can see now the total value locked is just shy of $230 billion. It dropped as low as sort of under 200 billion, around 200 billion in the middle of March. We've seen a 30 billion increase in the total value locks, over 10% increase within about 30 days in the DeFi ecosystem. So we can clearly see that money is flowing back into the ecosystem in general, and things are looking very good. Talking about that as well, wanted to mention Polkadot as being a standout MVP at the moment within the total value locked or DeFi space, as Polkadot's total value locked has surged by 1000% in the last 30 days. I think when I first created the channel, I made a video just talking about 𝗟𝗚 and Polkadot. They didn't really have as much of a run up as a layer one in 2021, and there is still big potential for both of these ecosystems to do very well in 2022. Again, obviously no sort of financial advice. I do have some small positions in both, obviously nowhere near my Hbar holding. However, they may still pump this alt season, so there's potentially some good gains to be made over on the Polkadot and Cosmos or 𝗟𝗚 ecosystems. There's some very robust chains there. Talking of the news, Deadpixels has literally just released a tweet 30 minutes ago saying that the ghosts are arriving on April the 26th, 7 p.m. Eastern US time. So you can see here they're also doing a giveaway. So any interaction with this post enters you to win a ghost pass. So head over to their Twitter account and interact with this post, retweet it, like it, comment on it to be entered into this. There's obviously a mailing list, which I told you guys about a long time ago. Make sure to subscribe to that as well, and obviously join their Discord server, as they give a lot of sneak peeks about stuff. We can also see the Ghost Pass NFT that they're giving away. Obviously, I gave away one on the channel, courtesy of them as a platform. Really love the guys. Talking here about the mint prices, so 200 Hbar is the mint price for one of these NFTs, which is fantastic. Drop one is going to be 500 ghosts. So there's only 500 you can pick up at 200 Hbar each. The launch pad is obviously going to be the Turtle Moon launch pad, as mentioned. All of our mints will be fair launch, meaning the full 500 supply will be available. None will be reserved for the team or whitelists. One of the reasons I really like the guys over at Deadpixels. We have special edition layers that will only ever be available in certain drops. Drops 1 and 2 will each include 50 of 100 total H-hats, which will never be available in subsequent drops. There will also be 50 golden ghosts interspersed between all drops. So there's a chance here that you could end up, when you mint one of the NFTs, get one of these rarer, either golden ghosts or H-hat ghost, or golden plus H-hat ghost, which is a 1 of 1. So a very rare NFT that you potentially might get from minting one of the 500 when drop 1 goes live on the 26th. Obviously, I've been speaking about this project for a long time now, incredibly bullish. Obviously, I'll be there as well, trying to mint a couple of these NFTs if possible when it drops. I suspect that they're going to disappear pretty quickly, so you need to make sure you're ready for when they drop. Talking about announcements as well, nice tweet has gone up from 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗚 following on from the news yesterday about their electromagnetic NFT reward if you hold the complete set. Check out yesterday's video to see the benefits on that. However, there's quite a few. Following on from that though, they're talking about, or 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗚 has spoken about the code effectively. So we can see here the farm contract unit tests passing after HTS integration, and they're sort of leaps and bounds ahead than they originally thought. So we can see here yesterday when, sir, when, sooner than we originally thought. So this is following that narrative that they are under-promising and over-delivering over at Saucerswap, and I have a lot of faith in the team that this DEX is probably going to be out soon, and it's going to be brilliant when it does launch. Make sure you guys, again, are following them on their Discord server and on their Twitter. They're very active as a community, and it's a really nice place to be and engage with everyone in the Hedera community. Talking about the general market and flipping back over, interesting tweet here from the Real Plan C, which is talking about the Bitcoin supply that has not moved in at least 1 year is now 63.2%, which is 0.25% away from its all-time high of 63.45%. The last 2 times this metric broke the previous all-time high, a month later, the next major uptrend began. So we can see here, after the trend gets broken, effectively, we see a major uptrend, and its percentage supply last active 1+ years ago. So this is the percentage of supply effectively that is not within the exchanges. It's not currently circulating. Obviously, this creates a supply shortage and demand is able to run rampant. The price spikes massively. And this is all sort of coinciding with that information we've said about there being a Bitcoin spike and potentially the alt season of summer of this year, several months away, which is fantastic to see. I just noticed as well on Twitter that #crypto is trending again, and I've just come across this one particular tweet talking about notification groups and 1600% returns from the community. Just wanted to warn a lot of you guys that 99.9999999% of times that these are just complete sort of scam groups, and all they're really doing is pumping and dumping, and 90% of the time you guys that enter these and try and buy into them are the ones that are effectively getting rugged by the people who have set up the buying group. Just wanted to put that out there as sort of a PSA. You know, there's plenty of scams in the crypto space. If something seems too good to be true, it definitely is, and I'd steer well clear. Of course, it's not my money, it's yours. You can do whatever you want. I'm not a financial advisor. If you want to go gambling, though, I suggest you probably go to some form of casino, you know, if you're of legal age, yada yada. Talking about Hbar again, obviously Stader Hedera looking potentially a launch for this week, if not really early next week. They've also just retweeted this article here, which is from Money Morning, and it's basically talking about Hbar and how it's a completely undervalued token. So obviously this is something that we've touched on this channel 1,000,001 times. Hedera already being used extensively by big names like Google, Boeing, IBM, LG, Standard Bank, the rest of the Hedera Governing Council. The fact that it's got fixed network transactional fees, it's fast, it's ABFT secure, and the rest of it obviously being incredibly bullish on the network. We're talking transaction speeds between 3 to 5 seconds and 100,000 transactions per second, can be scaled to 1 million per second with finality of under 3 seconds, making it one of the fastest DLTs in the market today. This is what we're talking about. Obviously, I'm still waiting for the breakout past the 26 to 27 cent range on Hbar. I think we'll be there very soon. I'm just trying to add to my position while I still can. Talking about Hedera and the community, we actually managed to win the Ultimate Crypto Tournament. So Hedera just picked 𝗟𝗏 to the post for the #1 spot. So officially ranked the best crypto according to these polls. Just goes to show the true strength of the Hedera community and sort of how much of a welcoming and engaged space it really is for the niche group of us that are here early enough. Hedera's most unique characteristic is its hash graph consensus, the one we all love with the sort of spiraling nodes effectively, rather than just being a single file blockchain. And that's about it for today's video. So I will be putting out a video later today. Sorry, not later today, later next week. Slightly shorter recording than usual. I hope you guys aren't too bothered by that. However, there will be a lot more content coming this week. I have some calls lined up with some of the projects within the Hedera ecosystem that I think you guys will really enjoy hearing about. I hopefully get those put out later this week, especially as we get very close to Stader Hedera's launch. There'll be lots of tutorials coming on how to navigate, utilize, and stake your Hbar against the platform, as well as future videos on the dexes like Saucerswap, for example. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.